Good evening from Yummy Bay TV. Sending loads of love to you as usual. I'm afraid this one's a bit of a tearjerker, a bit sad, and it involves Ronnie Easterbrook and also with vicdark. Right now, Ronnie Easterbrook was a legendary armed robber. Rest in peace, my boy. Right? Used to hang about. There was a geezer called Tony Ash. I think he was on the bit of work. The bit, when I say work, I mean a robbery of that kind, what we used to call it back in the day, a bit of work, like a proper normal bit of graft, if you get what I mean. Sadly, Tony Ash got shot. He put his hands up like that, and he didn't have a gun, and they shot him. Fact, right? I think that he was co-defendants with Ronnie Easterbrook and one other, and I can't remember his name. But Ronnie Easterbrook got 30-something life or something, and then got it dropped to 20-something, and then done years and years as a Cat A. And really, you're meant to come down in category after a number of years when you show some kind of decent behaviour. Now, Ronnie Easterbrook showed that kind of behaviour. Now, when he kept getting refused his B-Cat status, where he was an A-Cat, where he wanted to be dropped from that status to the B-Cat status, so that, you know, you get closer to the C-Cat. The lower category you get, the more closer you get to really, you know, knowing you're going home, if you get what I mean. Right? Now, Ronnie Easterbrook got sick and tired of being refused his B-Cat, right, in Long Lartin. Now, he went down the block and went on a protest where he wouldn't eat nothing. Like, every time the door got opened and things like that, he threw a shit parcel at a governor, threw it in his face. He kept lobbing urine and stuff like that as they come through the door. Soldier to the end, as you see it, you get it. vicdark was so worried, right, that after he heard what Ronnie was doing down the block, he was going days and weeks without eating and that kind of stuff, and knew that he was really killing himself because of the way he was believed he was being treated. So, to the best of my knowledge, vicdark used to do things to purposely get sent down the block because of his love for Ronnie Easterbrook, right? First of all, first couple of times it worked out. Vic got down there and he made sure that he ate the tuna and sweet corn, because Vic could get his stuff down and work out a plan to get the food to him so that he didn't have to eat the prison food, that he eats something, because with Vic's voice in his ear, it gives him a bit more, you know what I mean, safety, help, make him a bit stronger, talk him out of stuff, that kind of stuff. So extreme that vicdark even has to do things like refusing to bang up late association evening, and then having to fight with the screws and taking hidings so that they could drag him to the block so that he could help Ronnie Easterbrook. How about that? How about that for a friend? He did it consistently, and they knew what he was doing. Very hard in those guys, you know. I got a man called Duncan Robinson. They did the same thing to him for years and years and years. Just tormented him to get him back somehow, give him knockbacks on everything. We're talking about Ronnie Easterbrook now, though. So that was the story. vicdark done the best he could to help him, to keep him alive. Forward a little bit longer. Whitemore. Down the block with Ronnie Easterbrook. So now I'm seeing with my own eyes, right? I'm on a lie down of some kind, right, in Whitemore at that stage. So I'm opposite Ronnie Easterbrook. So I can see him every morning when the door opens. And I could see his face, because remember, he's a face that I saw from the early 80s. And that when I first went to Brixton and that kind of stuff, he was an old figure for me. But to see the way that he was looking from where my door was, from what I could see, I was thinking, he can't make it. He isn't eating anything. He stayed the same way for weeks, months. How did it continue? He never, ever budged. I'm sad, really. I didn't know him personally like that. But I saw how he looked once, and then I could see how he was looking now. No one was down there for him at that time. But I witnessed with my own eyes in 2003 or 4, correct me if I'm wrong, 2002, 2003, 2004, round about that time, I watched it all unfold. So he carried on to the bitter end, staying stubborn, believing that he was hard done by, which undoubtedly, in reality, he really was. That was the last I saw of Ronnie Easterbrook, and the best to my knowledge is it ended with him having a heart attack and dying in Whitemore. Those are the facts. Coming up tonight, 2 bedtime stories. See you all very soon, all right?